Hello everyone, Barber747 here. I know it's been forever since I've done any videos here on YouTube, but I've just been dealing with life. Work, among other things, has been kicking my ass, and I've been hella tired just about every day. Anyway, I'm ready to kick off a brand new series starting today. It will involve a certain user here on YouTube who I used to like, but at some point, I pretty much lost respect for him simply due to some super petty shit. That and the fact he's an arrogant, condescending, inept jackass who is extremely outspoken, self-centered, and sometimes even implements a self-contained victim mentality. This user goes by the name of RingoTVRaw, aka RingoTVReactions. Now, I used to like this guy, especially after I was indirectly referred to him way back in 2015 by a so-called TFL incel named Jamil the King. The very first videos of Ringo's I watched were about anti-ghosting, in which he slammed women for playing games with and ghosting guys for no reason, which at the time frustrated the fuck out of me, especially since I didn't understand why I was even being ghosted to begin with. I really enjoyed his content, and his videos were a breath of fresh air, which I could strongly relate to. However, Ringo, whose real name is Donald Webb, later became incredibly controversial in a sense, especially after he made videos involving touchy subjects such as race, religion, celebrities, current events, crime, alleged conspiracies, the dysfunction of black women, along with his intertwining personal views involving interracial dating and relationships, and so on and so forth. Not to mention being a highly devoted religious individual, as well as a self-proclaimed Hebrew Israelite. Ringo also quotes certain Bible passages from time to time. Eventually, I had decided to unsubscribe and cut ties from this fool, especially after he and I got into it simply because I disagreed with him about certain subjects. But now, I am cherry picking certain subjects and moments I have found in the 2,000 plus videos he has produced over the past several years. Many of the statements Ringo had made either struck a personal nerve, are easily refutable, and or are not backed up by any empirical evidence, or just sound plain ridiculous and stupid. But then again, they're based on his opinions, many of which I don't agree with. So now, my job is to lash out a series of harsh rebuttals against this asshole. In addition, it seems that this dude can't read simple words or names in some cases, which is quite pathetic for a dude in his 40s. But anyway, I'm gonna shut my pie hole and get this party started. Today's video is entitled Swirling Truth About Black Women and Black Men Hypocrisy, where Ringo talks about how people of different races who intermingle with each other are supposedly hypocrites and hate their own. My avatar for this episode, and for this entire series, will be Fox McCloud from the Star Fox franchise. Watch and listen as I tear Ringo a new one as I go against his very controversial points and opinions on the fundamentalities and principles of interracial dating. Grab your snacks, your popcorn, your drinks, or even some dinner if you wish, as this is going to be a long one.
I'm against swirling,
Do I look like I give a shit?
but I have a legitimate reason. It's because I don't interact with white women.
Nobody said you had to, did they?
Being that I'm a black man, my only desire is a black woman.
Okay, that's good for you. And?
So when I see black women intermingling with white men, that pisses me off.
Why does it piss you off? Better yet, why is it even any of your business? Like, seriously, I want to know.
It pisses me off not because I'm a hater or I'm hating on the white man because he's fucking the black woman. No, it's not that. It's because the sister supposed to be dealing with a brother to bring forth the seed of the black man.
Understand something. People are free to date, marry, and create families with whomever the hell they want, and it is ultimately not your decision or determination who chooses to get with who.
But instead, she's sold out to the white man, and she's bringing forth the seed of the devil.
Man, shut your bitch ass up, nigga. Nobody asked you that a bitch ass thing. You better shut the fuck up before I knock your fucking head off your shoulders, old ugly ass bitch.
Okay, first of all, how exactly is a black woman selling out simply because she chooses to get with a white man? She can get with whoever the fuck she wants, and there's not a goddamn thing you can do about it. And second, how is she bringing forth the seed of the devil? You make no sense.
And this is some real shit that I'm speaking here.
More like some real bullshit.
But for all of you non-spiritual people, you non-conscious people, you won't understand what I just said. Because you're in La La Land.
Au contraire, my friend. You are the one in La La Land. It just so happens you're too fucking stupid to realize that.
So being that I'm against the swirling movement, I have a right to speak on it. But there's a flip side to this. You so-called black men who always want to talk shit about the black women who swirl, I have a question for you. If you're a black man and you're interested in fucking white women, if you're interested in dating white women, if you're interested in marrying white women, who the fuck are you to talk about a black woman who want to swirl?
I really don't give a shit about who a black woman is fucking because I don't even know her, okay? And if I want to sleep with a woman that's not black, then that's my damn business, not yours. Got it, partner? It has nothing to do with hypocrisy because once again, who a black woman sleeps with is not my concern.
Like, let's just keep shit 100% real. Now, I can understand if you're a brother and you are against swirling because you're a black man who don't participate in interracial dating.
Hey, to each their own. Still doesn't give you the right to belittle or disparage others who do choose to date interracially.
Then I'm with you on that point. But if you're a black man who would say you wouldn't mind fucking a white woman, or you wouldn't mind dating a white woman, or you want yourself a Becky because you believe white women are better wives or could make a better woman to you than a black woman.
It's not that I believe white women are better than black women. It's just that if I get with a woman who just so happens to be white or of any other culture aside from my own, it's never strictly because of race. There are many different reasons unrelated to her skin color as to why I'm attracted to her. Maybe I thought she was beautiful, or friendly, or both. Maybe we share similar interests or any other simpatico. It could be because she wore something that caught my attention, such as a particular pair of shoes or any other article of clothing, and I chose to use that as an icebreaker to go and spark up a chat with her. Or in some cases, the icebreaker may not have anything to do with her attire at all. Maybe I was in the right place at the right time. I managed to look out and catch her sans a man, wherever it may have been, and we proceed to engage in a conversation or small talk about whatever, and we get along well. It ain't because she's white, it's because she was just there. Her skin color is strictly coincidence and completely irrelevant. It may be the fact certain parts of town I live in or visit are predominantly white, but in truth, the reason could be anything. Had you ever thought about that, dumbass?
If you're like that, then how can you talk about a black woman who want to deal with a white man?
Blah, 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 blah.
The only reason why I'm against swirling is primarily because I don't participate in interracial dating. I believe that it's evil. I believe that it's very, very wicked.
Hold the fuck up. What the fuck did you just say?
I believe that it's evil. I believe that it's very, very wicked.
Oh, hell no!
Excuse you? Fuckface. How is interracial dating evil and wicked, and how are you gonna declare it as such? So I guess somehow interracial relationships are a crime now, as they were during the Jim Crow era. Apparently, interracial dating is punishable by a lengthy prison sentence the same way a real crime, such as robbery, burglary, theft, murder, sexual assault, etc., would be. Bro, seriously?
You need to shut the fuck up!
Now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's continue.
To be partakers in such evil acts of interracial dating. I just don't believe in that stuff. Now, I'm sure a lot of you're upset. Why the fuck you upset with me for? That's my fucking prerogative. I could do and say what the fuck I want. It's just that simple.
Okay, if that's how you feel about it, then shut the fuck up about it then, because nobody gives a shit how you feel, asshole. What are you, the next Cynthia G? Get the fuck out of here, dude. Better yet, go eat a dick, bitch.
I don't have to follow your beliefs. I don't have to agree with you, and you don't have to agree with me.
Fine then, I won't. Because honestly, I don't give a shit about how you feel about touchy subjects like this. The only reason I'm doing this is to attack you and the stupid shit you say.
But I'm gonna speak my fucking mind, because this is Ringo TV Raw. But to balance out the playing field so that I'm not on one side or the other side, my point and purpose in this video,
in which there is absolutely none,
is to make it known that I'm against swirling. I'm against black women who intermingle with white men. I hate seeing it. They're sellouts.
If you hate seeing it, then do two simple things. Do an about face and walk in the other direction. That's it, that's all.
These people do not concern themselves with the black community. There is no way as a black woman you can tell me that you are interested in the black community, you are interested or care about the conditions of the black community when you are dating a white man. There is no way that you're sensitive to the needs of the community. You're not sensitive to the men of the community and what they're lacking and what they're dealing with. You don't give a fuck because you're with the white man. No different than if you're a brother and you're dealing with a Becky, Susie, or a Sally. You don't give a fuck about the black community.
Let me say this to you, you goofy bastard. Nobody is obligated to have exclusive concerns towards the black community. People are too busy living their lives to be worried about the so-called communita. And besides, most black people stay within the black community anyway. Most black men are with black women and vice versa. Same with the other racial groups. Just because a few dozen or so black folks choose to leave the communita to relocate elsewhere for whatever reason does not mean said communita will change by that large of a margin. So you telling us this stupid ass shit is entirely pointless.
Don't tell me that you're a brother who care about the conditions of the community when you are dating or married to a white woman. You cannot even focus your mind on what's going on in the black community because in most cases you don't live in the black community.
Dude, just because some black people choose to date or marry outside of their race does not mean they are automatically disconnected from the black community. Their relationship or marriage has absolutely zero to do with their respective communities. Their concerns are with each other and their personal issues, whether it has to do with the community or not. Matter of fact, there are some interracial unions who may be concerned about each other's issues on the account they are human beings. Unfortunately for you, Donald, it seems as if you have your head lodged so far up your ass to properly grasp that concept.
Because once a brother cross that avenue and get with a white woman, he immediately moves out of the neighborhood. He moves into a suburban neighborhood, and there he begins to indoctrinate himself with white culture. He tries to fit in as much as he can. He tries to submit to that woman, which is the white woman, and basically be her mandingo because of her fantasies. That's
Mandingo? No comment. And you call out the notion of a black man moving to the suburbs to be closer to whites as if that's supposed to be a bad thing. Had it ever dawned upon you that maybe he's just tired of the violence that occurs in all these urban neighborhoods? Or maybe he found a better opportunity of some type? At least he ain't engaging in no crime or other stereotypical BS that would make him look foolish. Honestly, I don't blame him for moving to the suburbs. Oh, and not to mention, his girlfriend or spouse doesn't necessarily have to be white in order for him to live in the suburbs. I personally know a couple who's like this.
Pretty much what it's all about. And just like with a black woman, when she get with a white man, all of a sudden she's behaving herself. All of a sudden she'll wear her hair natural, and she'll be on her best behavior because she know that the white man is going to basically do this and that for her. But what she did is she sold out. She's not concerned about her community. She don't give a damn about no black boys or young black girls. All she care about is having children with the white man so that her children are not ugly like her, because she's insecure. She hate her hair. That's why she's with a white man, because she's hoping and praying that that hair texture does not come out like hers. But sadly, there have been many black women who got with white men and had babies, and the babies came out dark skinned with the same hair, and the woman was pissed off because she's wondering what happened. She was with the white man, he got her pregnant, but yet the kid came out just like her, and she was very unhappy with the child, whereas another child that she may have had looked like the father and had his textures, hair, and features.
It's quite evident you don't know how genetics work. More than likely, if a black woman has children with any Caucasian or other non-black men, they usually come out lighter. At the very most, they will be either mahogany or caramel skinned, but never super dark. Take the actress Tracee Ellis Ross, for example. Her mother, Diana Ross, got with a white man at some point way back in the day, bore Tracy, and look how she appears. She's lighter skinned, but nonetheless she still looks black and is considered black, especially with the type 3C4A afro to complement her appearance. Similarly, the same effect occurred with Tia and Tamara. Their mother is black and their father is white. Same result. But no one would have had any clue upon first glance the twins were mixed. Then there's Sydney Tamir Poitier, another mixed actress. However, her case is a little different given the fact it's reversed. Her father, the late Sidney Poitier, was black, and her mother, Joanna Shimkus, is white. Nonetheless, same result. Also worth mentioning is Drake, black father, white mother, same result. So what the fuck you talking about, you damn Nimrod? Moreover, let's take the concept of chocolate milk. You have a regular glass of milk, which is the brightest color in existence, white, along with either cocoa powder or chocolate syrup, which are both starkly and significantly darker. For this experiment, we'll use chocolate syrup. When you mix a syrup with milk, notice that the finished product usually comes out a lighter brown. Depending on how much of the syrup you use, it may be slightly lighter or darker than what's shown, but is never super dark. This same concept applies to racially mixed people, such as the ones I mentioned earlier, regardless of which parent is black or which parent is not black. Now you understand how this works, Donald dipshit? Anyway, let's keep going.
But overall, the whole purpose for this video is to make it known that as black people, when you are interracially dating different cultures of people,
You're doing something that is perfectly normal. I mean, people are more accepting of interracial unions nowadays. In fact, in recent years, over 90% of people all throughout the country are more accepting of interracial relationships than they were in 1958 during the Jim Crow era. Back then, it was only 4%. For some people, it may be because they may be curious towards learning about different cultures. For example, let's say I meet a woman from, let's say, France. After I make it past the nascent stage of getting to know her and succeeding in inserting myself in her life, I may learn new skills from this woman. During our budding relationship, the chances are high that I may progressively learn brand new skills based on the French culture, such as learning how to speak the language, French cuisine, discovering French music and movies I've never heard or seen before, and so on. In addition, I may acquire other skills and qualities through this French woman I'm dating. There is totally nothing wrong with that. Anyone who chooses to engage in this type of activity is a winner in my eyes. But let's continue to hear what this fool has to say.
You are sellouts. You are coons. You are enemies.
Hold the fuck up. The fuck you mean I'm a coon or a sellout simply because I choose to date a non-black woman? Are you fucking serious right now?
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
See, this is where you cross the line with me, you arrogant, obnoxious, condescending piece of shit. The word coon? Seriously? Do you even know what a coon is? First, I'll tell you what it's not. A so-called coon is not a person who simply dates, marries, sleeps with, and or creates offspring with somebody of another ethnicity for the sole purpose of love and companionship. Now, I'll tell you what it is. A coon is a person who dates interracially while deliberately disrespecting their own. For example, if a black man exclusively dates white women while simultaneously disrespecting and labeling false stereotypes on black women on a regular basis in the process by calling them ugly, loud, ghetto, ratchet, etc., then yes, I would agree that he's a coon, sellout, Uncle Tom, Uncle Ruckus, whatever you want to call it. If anything, he should keep those thoughts to himself. But this is some real schooling for your bitch ass, Mr. Donald. But simply dating women of different cultures is not, I repeat, not cooning. I don't know if that's a novel concept to you, Donald, but it's the truth. Oh, and not to mention, the word coon was used by the slave owners back in the slavery days for the purpose of disparaging blacks, similarly to how the N-word was used. Yet, in the present day, you use it against people who choose to mingle with other cultures while not hurting their owners simply because someone else disagrees with you. How fucking dare you, Donald? I mean, what's next? You gonna call me a coon because I listen to rock and country and pop music from time to time, or claim that I'm somehow uninformed about black artists or black music in general, despite the fact that's what I was raised mainly on? You gonna call me a coon because I choose to eat pierogies, sauerkraut, and kielbasa in lieu of soul food, such as fried chicken and barbecue, knowing damn well soul food ain't all that healthy for you anyway? Or even opting to choose for healthier options? You gonna call me a coon because I choose to watch Pretty Woman with Julia Roberts instead of Brown Sugar or Loving Basketball with Sanaa Lathan? No, I just felt like watching Pretty Woman for the time being because I think Julia Roberts is a great actress. That's it, that's all. That's not automatically a knock against Miss Lathan. I just felt like watching Pretty Woman. The color of the actresses don't have a goddamn thing to do with it. So you need to know your role and shut the fuck up, bitch.
What? You listening to me? Look at him. Oh, shit.
Now say some more shit. I'll knock your ass right back down, fake ass wannabe preaching no members having motherfucker.
Now that I've gotten that out of my system, let's continue.
To your tribe. You are not of my people. I don't consider you my people.
And neither do I. In fact, I'll just go and create and govern my own country then. At least I don't have to see or deal with your bitch ass. And you're not welcome to come in either. You can't come in, you can't visit, you can't deliver any mail, you can't even walk past or be within 100 feet of my kingdom, or else I'll go all out fuzzy lumpkins on your punk ass. Have I made myself clear, partner?
Anyone who is interracially dating a white person or whatever the case is, you no longer have credit in the hood. You don't have no credit in the streets.
Since when were we ever required to have quote-unquote credit in the streets? So you're telling me that black folks are only supposed to be subjected to the confines of their own community simply because you said we do? Are we supposed to just be thugs, criminals, gangbangers, drug dealers, prostitutes, etc.? As if you have the exclusive power to single-handedly govern the black community and threaten to penalize us in one way or another simply because we date people of other ethnicities? as if the shit is supposed to be a crime punishable by decades in prison or possibly by death. Give me a fucking break.
You are not from the streets. You're a sellout. Like literally, you sold out to the white man. You're trying to gain some white privilege. You're trying to gain some
White privilege? I don't think you understand how that works. But that's another topic for another day. Let's keep going. Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna skip through a lot of this because it's nothing but filler and it's putting me to sleep.
6.5 hours later.
If you're a brother on YouTube and you make videos talking about black women swirling, but yet at the same time, if a white woman was to come up to you and say, I'll suck your dick, and you let her, you're a hypocrite. Because if you're against the black women swirling, then what about you?
I really don't care what color of woman sucks my dick. At the end of the day, the shit still feels amazing. The prettier the woman, the harder I will get, and the more amazing the fellatio will feel. Also, for the umpteenth time, I really don't give a shit what others do. I am only concerned about myself and who I'm with. Who others choose to mate with ain't got shit to do with me.
You should be against yourself. You know, you can't be a hypocrite. If you're going to be against black women swirling and that's what you're going to preach, then by all means, bro, make sure that your life don't have no white women's nowhere around.
And what the fuck you gonna do about it if I do be around some white women's? So you're trying to be Dr. Umar now?
So, when I talk about swirling, I'm coming from this perspective of black women who sold out, who basically gave in to slave master, a black woman who pretty much don't even know her history. You see, I find it very alarming that black women would allow themselves to be taken by a white man, knowing that a white man and all these white people that are out here today pretty much are beneficiaries of slavery. No matter how much they want to tell you slavery is over and, well, I didn't have nothing to do with that, those were my ancestors, this and that, fuck all that, man. At the end of the day, you're guilty by association.
White people are the beneficiaries of slavery. Okay, are you familiar with the term, we are not our ancestors? Our ancestors have been dead and gone for centuries. People have changed over the years. Most white people living today in the 21st century, especially those under the age of 40, really don't give a fuck about slavery, Jim Crow, or racism in general. In addition, have you heard of such a thing as abolitionism? People who are against slavery? Just Google it. You have legendary figures such as Frederick Douglass, William Lloyd Garrison, Angelina Grimke, John Brown, Harriet Beecher Stowe, and a number of others. Oh, and not to mention the most famous abolitionist of all time, Abraham Lincoln, who signed and issued the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863 for the purpose of abolishing and legalizing slavery. Maybe you should go back to 7th grade and pull out a history book, you dumb fuck.
You already don't know. If somebody robbed the bank and you were in the car of the getaway car, whether you knew they robbed the bank or whatever, you are guilty by association because you were there. You understand? And even if you weren't there, if it's your car and they borrowed your car, you're guilty by association because it's your car.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Somebody's going down for this, and they're going to make sure and take you with them. And what you have to understand as a white person is this. Your people put my people in slavery, and I'm never going to forget that.
Can you shut the fuck up?
I've had enough. Enough.
Seriously, I've had enough of this pointless, time-wasting, bullshit-ass speech from you, Ringo. Do you seriously believe white people as a whole waste their time 24/7 dwelling on the horrid, racist shit their long-deceased ancestors did to blacks the same way you do? How the hell would you remember something you literally never even went through, you fucking idiot? In my personal opinion, when it comes to white people, I am overall neutral for the most part. As long as whites are respectful to me, then I'll reciprocate that same respect. Same goes with people in other groups. Once again, we are not, I repeat, not our ancestors. Get it through your thick fucking diamond skull and shut your bitch ass up about it because nobody gives a shit anymore. Now I'm done talking about this horse shit. Peace.
Sit, Toro, sit. Good bull.